Okay. Good evening, everyone. Tech Biz. Now I think. He's a hard worker. We're gonna begin at the launch 48 of last year. What do you? Carlos? Okay.
Yes, of course. The island. Every year we million tourists here in this area. We have designed a new mobility system, efficient and sustainable. It's for the tour to go. Sumbik on parking will help of interest of leisure areas. Advertise advertising or city councils and this our price is $30. 30 bikes. We have the rest in the 4 years we are earning money. So for
in the using we will buy 30 bikes, standard bikes, non-electrical bikes. We will do 40 parking spots only in Adeje, and the parking spots will 10 beach or restaurant. 5 shop. We will use a smart lock, which is a lock for the bike that you can lock and unlock with your smartphone through Bluetooth. Okay, this is a Kickstarter product, and well, we're going to spend the money on bicycles, the smart locks, the parking, the bike racks, our app, okay, and sales guy, sales service, and also for servicing the bikes, maintenance, and so on. This is the app. So the first thing, the user will choose his language for the first time, obviously. Hi, Pablo. Once he wants to rent the bike, the app will tell him how many bikes and where are they available. So as easy as choosing one place to rent the bike. Okay, then you need any number of bikes, and for any time you need it, you go for it, you pay it, and then you receive a confirmation code, which is the code of the bikes that you are going to rent. Okay, once you reach over the bikes with the app, you can unlock the smart lock, okay, of each bike. It's easy. It's Sambic. Thank you very much. That's all. The Launch48 team was Carlos, who is here, Pablo, who has just arrived, okay, Jaime, who is not here, Fran, and myself, Oliver, okay. And we were very lucky to win the Launch48, the first one in Tenerife. Okay, any question? Because they were some of them were at Launch48, but they were not allowed to make any questions because they were not on the jury. He was allowed.
Yes, I know a person that have a very similar project in Italy, and I see two problems we're going to face. First is the network cost, because when a tourist come here using internet, and your app, I think, require connection to internet for the map and other stuff, his mobile phone will cost a lot. This is the first problem I see. The second problem is the kind of tourist. In the south, there are a lot of family and old people that I see normal bicycle is going to be a problem. Maybe electrical bicycle is better. Those are I want to know if you already thought about those two problems you quote.
Well, the first problem might be solved in 1 or 2 years because the European Union will ban the roaming costs. So internet access will cost the same in all the European Union. On the other hand, not on the MVP, but on the final product, the bike racks will have Wi-Fi. Okay. The other thing you are saying is about it's better to have electric bikes, obviously, but they cost much more money than, and for the MVP, the minimum viable product, which tests the idea and some hypotheses, we cannot afford them. So, because it's not the cost of the bike, it's the cost of the bike, recharging the bike, and also this is a slightly problem with people that is not used to ride electric bikes. So we are not very sure that they can be a good starting point. But basically, there are other bigger problems than that, like selling the idea to the council, selling the idea to hotels, installing the racks, all this thing. At the MVP, we are very, we want to spend a little money, and especially we are reducing things like the cost of the bikes, the cost of the racks, because in the big project we have a big market scene with solar panels and Wi-Fi and lots of things, but for the MVP it's just a standard rack. Just lock the bike, some advertising maybe on the sides, and that's all. Thank you.
Let's take the other question. In the south of this area, in this area de Arona Adeje, normally the average of people is 42 years old without family. Is normal is couple. Okay. Is the statistics from Turismo de Tenerife say this?
I remember when we had just to comment on that, when we had the presentation from Nick, who was setting up the theme park in the south, he quoted statistics of like 1.2 million in the Los Cristianos area alone per year within his age bracket, and that was young people. I think that was like 18 to 30. So. Next question.
Yeah, my question was also related to demand. I didn't know there was a demand. Maybe there isn't, and do you expect to create it? I mean, how confident are you that the demand is going to be there, or that you are going to? How confident are you, if it's not there, that you're going to be able to create that demand?
Well, to answer your question, we made a small survey around hotels and bike rentals, which are right now renting bikes. And for hotels, it was something like 3-5 bikes a day, or less. And bike rentals are 30 bikes a day. So obviously it's not new, but maybe it's different, because you can rent a bike in the south. One thing, it's not a system only for South Tenerife. Okay, this is a MVP, just to test the idea. The thing is just to spread it out, to sell it. Maybe here it's not profitable. Go to Valencia or go to Alicante, Algeciras, you name it, Malaga, because there is some. We wanted to do franchising, so we developed it, and then anyone can, well, not anyone, but anyone with money and some interest in can develop his own business around it. Did I answer your question?
No, we want to start in the south of Tenerife, and then Santa Cruz, La Laguna, is possible Puerto de la Cruz. We want to communicate the university and the port, the harbor area. This is the idea.
Also, you must think that we were in the Factoría of Innovación Turística in Aleppo. Okay, that's why
So if you put out something that would sort of,
we want that. You can type things.
Okay. Because I would imagine that the distances here are not that huge, are they? So I would imagine in places like in the mainland, bigger tourist towns like Bengal or wherever, it would be maybe a little more.
We were in la Factoría de Innovación Turística in Adeje, paid by Adeje Council, Launch48.
Okay, so basically it's got lots of money.
Obviously, maybe there is another place which is better. I don't know. Fuerteventura, maybe. We don't know. We don't really know.
You mentioned electric bikes. Also non-electric bikes.
Yeah, because the MVP is for non-electric bikes.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, just
what about the electric ones?
This is once the idea is tested and everything works and we see the demand.
That's the next idea.
Yeah, obviously, this is next step. We need to validate. That's it. We need to validate there is demand. We need to validate that we are able to sell to the council, to the hotels, to the end clients. Okay, we need to validate that we are able to develop things and put an app on the app store, and we need to validate. That's all. That's the MVP for Launch48.
Which kind of channels are you going to use for the MVP to attract that users, for the user acquisition, for the first stage? Channels. Channels. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, how are you going to take this?
Actually, to be honest, we didn't study that very much. Okay, but I suppose that one of the channels is on the hotels. Okay, once you arrive to the hotel, the option could be renting the bike over here. That's why we are going to install. We think to install 10 racks in 10 bike racks in hotels. Okay, and we can use leaflets like flyers in when you arrive to the airport. Google AdWords would be something like internet channel, you know, name it, website or app. Okay, App Store, which is, I don't think App Store will be very easy, and then, you know, street marketing.
I see kiosks on the street beside it.
Yeah.
And they rent this bike.
Yeah. Also, the bikes could have you know, in the wheels, advertisement system. You go to the hotels, you can have
the testing with a hotel, an important hotel in this area. We are very nice contacts. We have the Factoría de Innovación Canaria, and
the 10 hotels number is not, you know, 10. Okay, it's because H10 has more than 10 hotels in the city. Or H.
Have you talked with any hotel?
Yeah, we actually talk with hotels that have rent bikes.
no, we are under the negotiation with the hotels now.
Okay, well, which are your first impressions?
The first impression is very nice.
Well, the first impression is very good because the hotels that have bikes, they are not their own bikes. They are already rented. It's like an outside company. So it's also, well, could be a chance to just change the company who is renting bikes inside the hotel.
Okay, so I think that's enough. We can have more questions in the end with the beers. Yeah, it will be more fun. Thank you, guys. Lucas, you want to go next?
Oh, then. Yeah.
I can maybe work with PDFs, so you have to use the arrows here. Is this okay? Arrows? The arrows.
Yeah. Oh, I don't see the same thing. That would be very helpful. Cool. All right. Hello. Okay. My name is Lucas, and I am the co-founder of Tildasoft, a company based in Santa Cruz. And our product is called ArbVester. And this is all about what you see here. It's about getting people from the state with almost no money in their pockets to at least some nice money in their pockets. So how do we do that? Well, here comes our name, ArbVester. This is arbitrage betting made easy. Arbitrage betting might not be something you have heard. This is about using the betting markets to actually make an investment to gain money. So we are operating on markets that are used by gamblers, and we want to make money out of that. And I can tell you, it works. Why gambling market? Well, there's two reasons. The first one, it's accessible to pretty much everybody. And the second reason, it's huge. You can see that about 40 million pounds were spent on the single end game of the World Cup last year, only in the UK. William Hill made about 200 million pounds on the last World Cup. This is what they got, and this is just one of the biggest players on the market. So it's quite a huge market, and we want to do arbitrage betting, generating money by investing in all outcomes of the game and making money. Well, sounds fishy, right? It's weird. How can we make money out of the gaming market? Well, actually, the whole thing about arbitrage is you set bets on all outcomes of the game. All outcomes of the game. So in the end, no matter who wins, one of your bets will win. And if you do your math right, then you have a guaranteed win. So let's make an example. We have here the last Champions League endgame, and there were some odds from Bet365 on Real. The odds were 1.55, meaning if you spend €100 on that and you win, you get paid 155 euros. So it's a winning of 55, very likely. So the odds are really low. The other company, bwin, was offering odds for Atletico, which were attractive, and these odds were 3.14. And you can argue why. Why do they have so different odds? This is because bwin is the sponsor of Real Madrid. No, yes. Yes, it is. And this is, many people really went to this company because they are fans of Real Madrid. So the Real Madrid fan population within bwin is higher than the fan population of Real Madrid within Bet365. Accounting for different markets and different odds, because the bookmakers want to make money by distributing the money that they get on all bets equally. So we have differences in the market, and we can use them. What we do is we spend €100, and we spend 67 on the bet on Bet365, and 33 on the bet of bwin. And you can see that, well, the first line is, if Real wins, you're happy with Bet365, you get the money there. The calculation is easy. 76 times 1.55 minus the 76 that you paid in makes a profit of 55, minus the 33 that you lose with the other bet. So you have a healthy profit of €3.85. The other way around, if Atletico would have won, you would have made in the end €3.62. That doesn't sound like much, right? A lot of work placing bets and getting a little money out of that? No, think about it that way, that this money you spend one day before the game with the bookmakers, you wait one day, and then by that you make €3.80 around in the mean. You can do that a lot of times during the month. And that's, okay, this is the end game, it was huge. But there's a lot of football games every day out there. So you can have a turnaround with your money, which is incredible. So this return on investment is quite high. You can make, if you're using our software, around 500 to 1,000 euro a month just for clicking a little bit around. So the nice thing is all that math is done by others. You don't have to do it. We do it. We collect all the odds, we do all the math. In the end, we present just the cruel arbitrage chances that are really worthwhile, that make a profit for you in our software. So this hard calculation part is done by us. Makes it easy, right? And in the end, you just harvest the money. This is also a reason why we are called our investor. It's a little bit like harvester, right? So you can harvest money. This is a wonderful idea to do that, of course. And since it's so wonderful, we were not the first ones thinking of it. There is, of course, competition in the market. And we are at the top line. There is another company called Rebel Betting. There's MathBet and OddStorm. And they all have their benefits. But we beat them all. That's just what we want. We beat them in every respect there is about arbitrage betting. We have the nicer product. We have the easier to use product. We will serve the bigger market. We will go mobile. We will have live betting. It's a huge market. And we will also attract trading, meaning people that are more savvy about sports and know more, risk more, and maybe have more profits. This is for people who have another profile, and we go that route as well very soon. What do we aim at? We want to get 10,000 customers, and according to our calculations, we can make about €100 per month of these customers, making this a nice and healthy business of about 12,000 a year. How can we do that? We can do that with our team. We're a good team, and you can see it, we're searching. We're searching more supportive people who are really talented, Java and especially JavaScript programmers who are interested in that idea, who are interested in lots of fun, and, well, can meet the challenge. So, thank you very much for listening in. This is our best, sir.
Okay. So my question is, let's say that this company is true and you can get money, like for 100% sure that you are going to get money. All the people would use it, isn't it?
Sure.
Like, this is your objective, isn't it?
Well, our competition is already on the market.
Yeah.
And they have a market.
Okay.
And people will do gain money. I did this for myself. Before I did that and go into a software development of that size, I tried it out, and it works. The numbers I gave you, 500 to 1,000 euro a month, is possible. It's realistic. It's doable.
Okay.
Why doesn't do it anybody or everybody? Here's not they just jump in. Well, good question. I ask myself, but of course there's answers. You have to have accounts with several bookmakers. You have to trust the system. You have to really do the clicks at the end. It's very active management of money. It's investment into things, into bets, and you will make only a healthy profit if your money turns around. So even these few clicks are maybe too many for many. So these are reasons. This is also the reason why we want to be really easy. We want to bring this to more people to make them happy with this product, to make them
Okay, I understand. So is there any possibility that Bet365 or Bwin or any of those players just cut all the information that provided you?
Well,
or is that public or?
This is public. Their information, their odds are public, so anybody can gather them. You could do that on your own by hand. It's just a very unlikely event that if you write down odds by hand, that you will find an arbitrage chance, because there's really 100,000 games a day and many odds per game, and we compare them all to find maybe 100 arbitrage chances. So it would take a lot of time, but you do it by hand.
I would like to try.
Yeah, sure. We are in beta phase, meaning it's free. Right now, it's free for everybody.
A quick answer to him as well. That I think that the learning curve to start using the software, not the software, but the actual concept of arbitrage and betting is very high. Like, you have to be realistic, and also there are some risk involve into, if you bet in one place and you try to bet in another place and the second bookie doesn't accept your book, the bet.
You have to create an account in all.
No, but let's say you bet in one place, right? And that bet is placed, and then you go to another bookie and the bet is not placed, you are open. So you have to figure out another place where you can bet. There is some risk that is public, you can read on books and you can see them, but is the times you get that probability is so low that is worth the effort if you think that it makes a difference.
Yeah, to come back to the risks, of course, this is what Pablo just said. Pablo is the Pablo you just saw on the screen, so he's working with me. And yes, while you put the bets with the bookmakers, there is, of course, the risk that during that time, the odds change with the bookmaker. That, in the worst case, that will make a positive arbitrage chance to a negative one. That risk is very, well, it's there, but it's not really dramatic because you can still counter bet. If you make an arbitrage chance, okay, you have a little loss. Instead of €3, you lose €3. Oh well, you have to do another arbitrage chance then. So it's quite doable. It happened to me as well when I did it. And the bigger risk is actually our own mind. That is when you are excited and find an arbitrage chance somewhere on the net. You think, oh, I have to do that. That's very wonderful. You go to the bookmaker, so you find the bet and set it, and you go to the other bookmaker and you find the bet and you set it, and then you find out you did twice the same. You didn't actually create an arbitrage. You made a high-risk, one-sided bet. This is why our software is so cool. It does it for you. I can show you a little bit about how it looks like. Oh, no, I can't. That's the first version of the presentation. There was a second version to it. So I would have liked to show you a couple of screenshots, how easy it is to actually just see the arbitrage chance. Click, click, click. Sure.
So there's a question about, do we need that?
Sorry.
Do we need it? So it's a question about, so you showed a table with your competitors. So basically that's the state of the market now. But is that how you expect the market to stay? I mean, are you worried about any developments in the market whilst you're actually...
The market always moves. Our biggest competitor is fairly stable, but of course they have a nice block. They also share their intentions. And yes, of course they move. They also will go probably into this bookkeeping view. This is our first step towards trading. I don't know if they want to do trading or not, but of course we need to have an eye on the market. They move too, but I think what they do is they target mainly people who already know about it. And sorry about that. And what we try is we really try to attract people that are new to the concept of arbitrage betting. This is quite different. It's difficult to find these people, to attract them, but since we really try to be easy, the other tools are pretty much expert tools. None of these tools helps so much as we do. Ah, yeah, this is our landing page. So you can register. It's free for now. And just, yeah, this is actually the product. So we show the arbitrage chances. This is now very, well, resolution is not good. And when you clicked on one of these, you have our Bet Finder browser extension that just serves automatically to the backed pages. This is now a three-legged ARP, so you have to put 3 bets. You can go on. This is the next one, I think. No. Can you show the next one? Yeah. This is Interbet, and the next one. This is the second bet, and the third bet is the next one. You just click one button. The calculation is done all there. One button. This is transferred there. You just have to click, yes, I want to do this bet. So this would be 4 clicks. Not so hard.
With how many bettors do you have to open an account? 5, 10.
5 is the minimum. It's more fun to do the more accounts you have.
Average 10 accounts?
Yes. In my peak times, I had 12 accounts.
Just one.
Initial investment, how much would be?
I started with 2,000 euro, left it all in, and was generating, okay, I did a lot of work.
200 euro?
2,000. 2,000 euro, and I'd say this is pretty much the minimum that you would need to start this, to do this seriously. It's serious business, it's serious investment, it's your money, and if you want to make something out of that, don't start much under it. Otherwise, it's very hard to find these few chances between the few bookmakers that you have.
So with 2,000, what sort of term did you see?
Well, I was doing this a lot,
Yeah.
so if you try hard, I think with the 2,000 you make up to 500 a month, so that's quite good. But for that, to be honest, you have, well, not you have to, but it's a good idea to have a place in front of the computer, let it run, let our software tell you when there's a nice arbitrage chance, and it's good when you have a little time that you do that. Time of 4 clicks. If you just can spend 10 minutes a day and not distribute it over the day, it's harder. But still fun. I think it's still worth it.
You're saying the customer needs to invest at least 2,000 month.
This is the initial investment.
Initial.
Once they should start. And
so
it is fun if they keep their money in the system. Don't pay out.
I think I see.
Or pay out and create a new account with what you make for the first months. Then it starts to make much more fun because you have then more bookmakers open. And if you have the money, if you don't need it, it's better to keep it in and just when you are thinking now I want to go on a nice trip. If I want to spend 10,000, then just take it off bookmakers to do it better.
If I would have the money, I wouldn't invest so much money in this new thing. So I should be a person who knows already the system. So I suppose your first customers are the ones who are already betting in another singular.
Right now we're targeting the same market as our competitors because we're just starting with our product. So it's clear that we target people that we know how to reach. There's a specialty forums about arbitrage betting. There is communities around that, and they discuss the software that's available. And we want to get into that to get these people attracted. But this is just the start. We focus ourselves to be actually much broader and get people abroad that don't know that yet.
How are you reaching that?
Any channel that we can think of. So what we do is we, of course, have a little Facebook blog. We tell our friends, they tell their friends. So word of mouth is important. We do email campaigns. We do, you name it, really anything that is possible online. And also we talk to Tenerife travelers, mainly from the UK. UK is a good market for that. And we have a marketing expert sitting in the south doing really talking to people. Right? So
okay.
Just more
one last question then. So you went to the Pre-Accelerator?
I went to the Pre-Accelerator.
Right, which is this 1 week program. So was it worth it? And what was the biggest thing that you took away from it?
It was it was very worth it. It was very valuable to get the feedback of people who already started businesses and told me about a lot of pitfalls that could happen and maybe will happen and how to deal with them. So that was really, really helpful, and the best thing was really the mentors.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lucas. Okay, next up is Jose Luis. And his team. Where is his team? Miguel? Is Miguel also?
Yes.
Miguel, you have been called. Miguel. Experiences.
Yeah.
I went to experience to
Yeah, no, but it's experiences.
experiences. De clic tienes que usar la flecha. So, experiences for me, it's an idea that was created last weekend in the event Launch48 with these people and another part of the team that couldn't come here. The idea, well, I'm going to start with the, well, have you ever traveled, have you ever came back from a travel and have you realized that when you are looking for the photos, you see that you were there, you took your photos standing up in the main square of the city, but you didn't know anything about the place or about the people there, the problems that were happening there, and maybe you come back to your city and your friends ask you, how do they live there? How much do they earn? How much money do they earn? Which are the main problems? So this is what we want to solve. This is me last year in Puerto Rico. I went there and I found a hoster there that showed me everything about that place. He was Ricardo. He showed me where the best waves were, and I didn't have to look for them because I had my own personal hoster. He also shared his house with me. He took me away to the parties and he introduced me to local people. I could live for a week like a local host, like a local. So we are focusing in people that who is traveling to live like a local. He is not looking for hotels. He's not looking for relaxing. He doesn't want to go to the swimming pool or to the hotel and stay the whole weekend there. In experience for me, you can book an authentic experience like a local host. You look for accommodation and you look for experiences, and we make the transaction between all the travelers and the hosters. As I said, we have travelers in the local place and hosters. Sorry, hosters in the local place and travelers who wants to look for new experiences. We make the transaction and we get 80% of the commission. This is how we get money. We want to start, we have thought in starting here in Tenerife locally because we know the environment. We can get much easier the hosters, but the idea is to expand worldwide. And already we have talked with organizations, tourist organizations from Tenerife that could help us. So you maybe think, oh, this is already invented. Well, we know the product will be successful because we have competitors like Airbnb, which is a company that you can rent a house or a bed worldwide. And you also have Couchsurfing, which is a company that introduced with local people, but they do not. These competitors do not offer the experience. There are already another experiences competitors like Local Sherpa or Tour Native that offer you a tour or experience in the local place. but we offer both things together. We take the best thing of each one, and we call it experience for me. Like I told you, we want to do the beta in Tenerife and then do it worldwide. Because we believe that what makes the place is not the place, it's the people. Thank you for listening. I want to. Do we have the screenshots of the webpage? Our great.
This is just a simple searcher, but not just. It's just a mockup. Well, it's yeah, it's used Bootstrap. It's very simple web page, very simple design, and we present the content in a very intuitive form, just with images and a little description of the event. We have to add more information, but it's just the first approach. And this is the main page of an event, a big picture of the activity, the name, address, social links, a map, and we also offer a location, and we have to prepare this part for another kind of services like experiences, and we have to work a lot in this. But this is the first thing we
I want to add that this is a new concept of traveling. Like he saw sorry. Esta. The front page. Oh, sorry. Then this is a new concept because you are not traveling to a place and then you think, oh, what can I do? With this new concept, you search for the experience. For example, I want to know how the wine is made. If you want to go to La Rioja, you can search for La Rioja, and then you see the experiences you can do there. But if you want to know how you make wine, you write here wine, and then you see, oh, in La Rioja I can go. I can also go to Tenerife. So it's a new concept. You travel for the experience, not for the place. That's why. How was it? That's why we focus when you click on the event. Click on the event, please. We don't show the bedroom or the host. We show the activity. This is why we have put the main activity, the main photo here. The place where you are going to your bed, it's secondary. Tariq, do you want to add something?
I just joined the last day. Well, so when I came, it was totally different. I mean, it was only focused on creating something in Tenerife, and to start to develop in creating like special experiences here in Tenerife. But we thought, like, why we don't go global? No, it could be we can start here, but after that we can go global, not like creating something in the island. I mean, we really love the island. We live here, but we have to start thinking about going outside from here. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What is your revenue model? You just said 18%, but
You pay for the accommodation plus the experience. This is a cost that the host is fixing, and we take only 18% of this cost.
So you have contracts with every host.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's the same as Airbnb.
Is this a bit like Expedia, but for local, with local experiences? Is it? Yeah. Is this not like the model of Expedia? Expedia. I thought they do whole. So essentially, okay. Let's put an example. It's just basically like the old high street travel agents, right? But online and specific for local, with with experiences, with basically local guides that showed you the actual local life rather than the tourist traps. Right. Okay. Yeah. The other thing is, I know you explained it, but somehow I got lost. Do you actually have competitors? Because you mentioned some companies like Airbnb, but they don't do exactly what you do. Because I think Airbnb only do accommodation, right?
Actually, we made some kind of research, and we realized that Airbnb is like building some new kind of experiences, which was like, okay, so I mean, it's totally fair because they have problems in many countries, so they have to pivot. I mean, a little bit. I don't know how they are doing, but I think they are creating like in two different ways. You have the accommodation, you have the experiences, but we are offering all in single pack. But I mean, I was talking with Jose about this. Like Facebook can create a social network, and they have their own target market. But if you create another platform, it's very similar, but with another target market, the other people is not going to use. I'm not trying to explain, but the main thing is that we can create the same thing, but focus it in another market. Probably they will use us because they already know that Airbnb is a combination for the others.
Basically, I think Airbnb is not for accommodation. That for accommodation is booking. For Airbnb, you live with your host, so not necessarily, but mostly all the time. Maybe 50%, okay, and that's okay. And then second one concept. Don't use this example because winemaking happens only 1 month a year. So change it. Okay, something that it's like advertising this with Christmas. Yeah, what are you going to live on the rest of the year? Okay.